What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series, Cheetor, from Transformers Rise of the Beasts, a movie that I really like. I thought it was a really fun, enjoyable movie. The best word I can describe it is as just really fun. Do I think it's the best Transformers movie? Like, I've heard a lot of people say it's like the best Transformers movie since the '07 movie, and I gotta say, it's '07, right? I'm tripping. I have like the DVD holding up the camera as well. Like I'm a huge Transformers fan. I've been since a little kid since I saw the first Transformers movie. But I gotta say, this isn't like I don't think this was my favorite Transformers movie ever. Personally, my favorite still goes to Dark of the Moon. Close second is Age of Extinction for very personal reasons. But I would actually legitimately put this on the same level as that '07 movie. It has the same type of feel, kind of vibe. It's kind of just there's pretty big stakes, but it's like still like the kind of introduction to this new universe, even though Bumblebee kind of was. Also, spoiler alert, I might be spoiling stuff, so just be warned. I mean, I think it's out on digital now. I mean, it was fast as hell, but I think it's already out. But yeah, I think it had that same kind of vibe, although you do get introduced to the bots way sooner than the '07 movie. But I don't know, like it was fun, but I don't think it was like I didn't come out the theater being like, "Oh my god, the movie was phenomenal." And I don't have like that same feeling that I have towards like Dark of the Moon, for example. It's my favorite Transformers movie. Probably will be, unless I don't know, the next ones that they come out just are insane, but even though it's not my favorite, I personally put in like the middle. Definitely better than Revenge of the Fallen and The Last Night. I don't know if I like it more than Bumblebee. It's debatable. Or the '07 movie. But it's like on the same type of level as those ones. But yeah, still a really fun and enjoyable movie nonetheless. And this is, of course, Cheetor as he appears in the movie. Cheetor didn't really do much. I mean, he technically he did more than Rhinox. Let's be honest. Rhinox had like 3 lines. Cheetor actually did do a bit of stuff, have a decent amount of lines. Although Primal and Airazor were the more prominent Maximals. I will say though, I actually really enjoyed the brief moments we had of Cheetor. Cheetor was always like my favorite from Beast Wars that I remember. I watched it vaguely on Netflix when I was growing up, but I always remember Cheetor being my favorite because Bumblebee was my favorite for a long time, and he's just an animal version of Bumblebee in my eyes. Well, little me's eyes. And I wasn't originally going to get this figure because I have a very weird specification for Transformers figures I like. I really just like to get Earth mode vehicles. Like if they turn into a Cybertronian mode, I don't want it. I don't know why. I just really like ones that can just turn into from a really cool robot to a very seamless real life vehicle that exists. I feel like since it's like, if it's turning into like some Cybertronian mode, it's a made up thing. You can do whatever you want. It's not as cool when you get to the final product. Just in my eyes, I'm strange. And I wasn't originally going to buy him or most of the Maximals because I was like, it turns into a robot animal. I feel like it's not as cool. The transformation didn't look insanely complex, and I just didn't really think it was going to be too interesting. Although, I will say, I really think the robot mode on him is so awesome. That's why I was still tempted to buy it. I was like, I don't really care a whole lot for like turning into beast mode, but man, that robot looked cool. And I walked into Target like 2 weeks ago, and I saw him and Battle Trap, who I will be reviewing soon. There's a lot to, as you can see by this, I got a lot going on with this guy. I'll explain in his video, but yeah, and I was like, you know what? What the hell? I'm gonna buy them. Because in my mind, I was like, I may never see these figures again. Spoiler alert, they're at every other store I've been to. Because, yeah, it takes my stores that are around me, eons to get figures. But when they actually start showing up, usually all Studio Series figures, at least like normal main Studio Series, will always show up in my stores. It just takes forever. And, of course, he appeared. And I was just like, you know what, I'll buy him. And I was actually really pleasantly surprised, especially with the ordeal I went through with Battle Trap. This figure is really fun and really cool. So before we get into it, I know I've rambled on for a long time, but that's just how I am. If you've seen my videos before, you know there's at least 5 minutes of exposition before we get to the fun stuff. But, I just like talking about the source material for a bit, because, I don't really got anywhere else to talk about. But yeah, taking a look at the box, he has the standard Studio Series stuff, has a very nice render of Cheetor in his cheetah mode, obviously. Was his name Cheetor before? I mean, in the movie, though, they're on a planet and they already have the animal forms, so I guess that makes more sense, even though it's a little weird. But how did it work in Beast Wars? I haven't seen him forever. Was he always called Cheetor and just happened to find a mode that coincidentally was also named very similarly to him? I don't remember, and I didn't care enough to Google. For some reason he has red eyes, even though the figure and in the movie I'm pretty sure he has green eyes. We got Studio Series, Cheetor, Maximal Symbol, 8+, Hasbro, plastic-free packaging, 98, Transformers, Generations, Rise of the Beast, Takara Tomy, Rise of the Beast. Another side of him looking very ferocious. He looks like he's about to bite your face. Some really weird feet. Voyager class, of course, Studio Series, 98. On the other side, though, we get a really nice shot of the robot mode, which is really cool because you don't see the robot mode a whole lot in the movie, but it still looks really cool. Also, side note, I really like that even though when he's fighting in the robot mode, he still kind of moves around like a cheetah would, I'm gonna mess up the wording here, but very agile. Almost said agilically, and I'm like, that's not a word. But yeah, he's very agile, kind of like a ninja with his moves. Kind of like how a cheetah and a cat would move, which I thought was really cool. Autobot symbol, although I wish they would replace that symbol for the different characters. Put a Maximal symbol, Decepticon symbol, Terracon symbol. But no, Autobot symbol. Authentic, plastic-free packaging. On the back, you get the background, the backdrop, which I won't remove because I don't care. 24 steps. It's actually way more than it seemed like. Peruvian jungle discovery. And then you get a render of Cheetor, which looks absolutely nothing like he does, like the figure looks, or he looks in the movie. It's really dark for some reason. Bringing in the actual figure, look at how different that is. And big screen inspired, scale detailed backdrop. Cheetor, Transformers Rise of the Beast, Maximals, and you got some weird jungle thingy in the back. And that's about it. Also, yeah, you can see. Here's the jungle. Yeah, I doubt anyone cares about the backdrops, let's be honest. We're all here for the robot cheetah. And the robot cheetah's awesome. Bringing him in. He comes with 2 accessories. His spear thingies, which are actually different. It's not just the same one, because one's a bit shorter. They're basically the same sculpt, but different blades on the end. And you can combine it, even though I don't think any of that was in focus. But yeah, like I was having him, you can have him hold both of them. The grip isn't as good on this one, since of course it's a lot shorter, but you can also slide it in, tab it, and he can have some Darth Maul double-bladed Thanos action. And if you don't want them, if you want to store it on the robot, there's tabs. There's holes, and then there's tabs on that. And that can just tab in. That's also where you can store it in the cheetah mode. Almost said vehicle mode. It's not a vehicle. But yeah, let's take these off, because this robot is awesome. You can't deny this is a badass looking robot, and I love the redesign they gave him. There was the mainline Cheetor that looked like a more live-action version of the Beast Wars design. And I know, the main line was just, because there's a main line in Studio Series, if you didn't know. I mean, you should know if you're watching a Transformers Studio Series video. But, yeah, there's, 2 different versions from Rise of the Beast. One's way more Beast Wars accurate, and then there's this one. This one's awesome. I love this design so much. They did a thing that I like, where they gave him a cool battle mask. They did get rid of the cheetah head, although the transformation still stores the cheetah head in there. I just really like the design. I like the darker orangish brown color, tan color. Is that what I'm going for? Because I think Cheetor's yellow, but I feel like he wouldn't look as cool being this bright like Bumblebee. But he just has like a really sleek design. As far as I'm concerned, at least from the front, it's a really spot-on accurate look to the actual robot mode. Shoulders might be slightly inaccurate. I doubt this back is super accurate, but you know, it still needs to transform into a beast. And I do like what they did with the movie. Because I like how they make it look good in the movie. Part robot, part kind of animal. So like, it doesn't look odd and confusing in the movie, and it also gives, you know, the toy designers a bit of a break because they can just throw robot kibble in the cheetah mode. But yeah, there is that YOLO Park model kit that will be like just 1-to-1 since it doesn't transform. And looking at the pictures, this is still really close to it. Getting in a quick close-up close-up look, because I feel like I've been rambling a lot. I love that head sculpt. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, the battle mask just looks really cool, and he's got like these silver eyebrows and kind of like Optimus Prime vents on the side. It's got a very like Optimus Prime feel. Even like up here, I just now realized like how similar his head is to Prime design wise. I mean, bringing in a Prime here, it's still very obviously different, like obviously, but you can see the beats with like the vents there, battle mask, the thing up there. This is also the Bumblebee movie one. We'll be reviewing him soon because I just got him and I love him so much. I got him like 2 weeks ago. I got him the day before I got this guy, which is fun. But yeah, that's a nice head sculpt. Coming to the chest, you got a lot of nice detail. Love like the armor plating here. You got some nice cheetah spots there. Maximal symbol right there. Looks really crisp and clean. Got a bunch of silver throughout. Then you get to a thing I don't care for, which is like the silver abs. It's like very like dry brushy. Like it's not super like on there, and there's a lot of just the plastic coming out underneath. And that was intentional. And when I looked at the like robot chest, you can kind of see what they're going for, like right there. You can kind of see it coming through, but I just wish they went full on silver. I'm not the biggest fan of it. And it's oddly only in this area. I mean, I wish they just went full silver. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could repaint it, but still looks good. I just love his whole design. It's just so cool. Come to the shoulders, more of the spots there. You come to his arms. Got a bit of fur sculpted there, which looks really nice. Different like shades of gunmetal gray going throughout. He has these holes, and it's kind of like Bumblebee with how it is, but I doubt that's not going in, and you can't store the weapon there, so I don't get what that's for. I don't know. There might be some little thingy that could connect to there. I'm not the largest Transformers collector. I mainly stay within the movies, so if there's anything in Legacy or something that could connect to that, I have no idea. But yeah, and then he comes to these like Wolverine type claws. This is very obviously his feet, and this is very obviously probably kibble, because I don't think that's on the robot. I mean, he kind of has it. He kind of has something like that right there. But yeah, this is very obviously just kibble. But it still looks really cool. It like gives him a bit of like, I don't know, like Black Panther Wolverine type attack. You can go, I don't know. The back is just legitimately, I think, this is just the top of the cheetah mode. You got some more spots there. And then the back of the arms. Coming down to his legs. He's got a butt flap, but it's honestly not too annoying. Legs, again, are sculpted really well. Got more of the spots there. Coming down to some nice, meaty calves. And on the back, again, you can see this is very obviously more feet. And yeah, it's still a really cool design. And the tail just lays on the back there. And I thought that'd be really annoying, but honestly, it's not too bad. This figure just looks cool. And it was just like the movie itself. This figure's not like the best Studio Series figure ever made. It's not my favorite Transformers figure I've ever owned. But again, like the movie, it's just a really fun and enjoyable figure, you know? Articulation-wise, he's got a dumbbell joint. This ain't Marvel Legends. I've been reviewing way too many Spider-Man. Also, I know I said I'd be reviewing the figure art Spideys, but I like took a decent break, and I got a lot going on this week, so this will probably be the only review for this week. So I just wanted to have a little simple fun thing that like isn't the most difficult to break down and talk about. So yeah, ball joint looks that far up, that far down, rotates, bobs, arm rotates, hinges out, and you can also like hinge up, and the shoulder pad, can get out of the way of all that. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, wrist rotation. He's got a waist rotation, kind of gets in the way of the butt flap, but you can bring that up to bring it all the way around. And dang, it's a weird looking angle from the back. Also strange that all Transformers have holes in their butt. Legs can kick forward that far, back. Surprisingly, his booty is getting in the way. Usually that doesn't really happen with Transformers. Pardon the birds. I've just had distractions all day. When I was trying to start the review, there was just like, I think 3 trains that went past. Legs move out that far. Not a thigh rotation, because it's at the knee, but there's still rotation nonetheless. Single jointed knee, and it can kind of bend forward. Then you got a bit of a rocker, and then kind of a toe joint, if you want to count it. And for comparisons, oh my god, this bird is driving me insane, bro. Okay, we're good. For comparisons, he is a Voyager class figure, so of course, Bro, I paused the video, waited like a minute, bird didn't make a noise, and then I unpause it, and the bird's making noise again. I can't win. So if there's a bird noise the rest of the video, it is what it is. But comparisons, here he is next to an average Marvel Legends scale figure. So, oh my god, bro. I can never win when recording a video. There's always something going on. Anyway, here he is next to an average Black Series scale figure. So yeah, like most Voyagers, he's in the 6-inch scale. And for some 7-inch scale comparisons, here he is next to a DC McFarlane and a Jazzwares Halo Flash Master Chief. And for some Transformers comparisons, here he is next to the figure that is also part of like his wave mate, Battle Trap. And here he is next to Rise the Beast Bumblebee. This is in focus, right? Okay. There's a train and birds going out. Sorry for all the background noise. Like I said, I can never win. And for some Optimus comparisons, here he is next to Mainline Optimus and Bumblebee movie Optimus. So yeah, he scales really well with them. And time for transformation. I know I've kind of had this video going on for a decent amount of time, but haven't reviewed a Transformer since I think that Optimus, not Bumblebee Optimus. So yeah, his transformation's pretty simple. I'm trying to remember where I should start. You want to rotate these around. You want to bring this up. Untab this, and there's a tab in there which will go into that hole. Just do that on both. Of course, got to make sure it's lined up. Then you bring this down. Bring this forward. Hinge that up. And you got the back of the legs done, I think. There we go. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. You just bring that down. There's a tab there, tabs into the hole, and you bring it down. For the front, you want to bring this forward, and you can see the cheetah head is in there. Bring this back, flip the head out, flip this head in, bring that down, bring that down. For the arms, you want to hinge that back, rotate that, and then you want to get it right there, turn that. Pretty simple stuff. This isn't a real complex transformation. Bring that forward. Then you want to hinge that down, bring that down. So it's kind of like that. Because then this is going to tab into that when you bring that forward. I had a bit of trouble at the beginning because I didn't bring that neck down in that certain way. It was just a rough night for Transformers for me, because that was also when I got a really scuffed Battle Trap. Again, I'll mention more on that in his video, which will be coming up soon. Hinge that down, hinge these legs back, get everything situated, and here we have his cheetah mode. And for being such a really simple transformation, honestly, especially compared to a lot of Studio Series figures, um, it actually looks really solid. Like, this does look like a really solid interpretation of the cheetah mode. My biggest complaint with the cheetah mode itself is I wish it had way more spots, because you only really have spots on the head and the back, and like right there. I wish there was like maybe more down here, brought some down further to the side, maybe put some on like these spots, because like, again, you bring the box out, he's got like such, like all of the like yellowish area should be covered in spots. Like even his head is covered in spots. Then you look at like this render, he's like covered in them, so it kind of sucks that it's missing a lot of it, but it still looks really cool. Like looking at his head sculpt, that looks really good. You got a lot of that nice robotic detail peeking through with all that silver, but it still looks like a cheetah, you know? Robot cheetah. It's basically what this guy is. Kind of looks a little wonky from the front, I will say, because of course, you know, it just the way it transforms. But still, it looks really good, honestly. Some angles it does just kind of look like a robot kneeling in a weird pose, but I think it looks really good. Got the back legs. You got his tail, which has a lot of nice robotic detail. Got some fur sculpted there. Strange spot, but you know, still looks good. I mean, overall, it looks really good. Not a whole lot to say. It's a robot cheetah. We've already kind of looked at everything. This is just everything rearranged. But yeah, it looks really good. And articulation-wise, can move this forward and back. Still has the rotation there and rotation there. And then on the back, you can still bring the legs out. Can kind of bob them forward and back. You can like hinge all that stuff still, and it does still retain that rocker. But like, you can't really get him into some dynamic running poses, but for what it is, it still looks really cool. And I honestly was surprised by it. I was honestly pleasantly surprised by this figure. And yeah, for comparisons, we're only gonna do one for like the figures because, I mean, come on now. Ironically, he's kind of like a normal sized cheetah compared to Marvel Legends. Might be a tad big, but if you just wanted some robot cheetah to go with Moon Knight for some reason, this works. And for some more comparisons, here he is next to that mainline Optimus. I'm not transforming the other Optimus because he's also not Rise of the Beast. I do want the Rise of the Beast Optimus, but of course they made an exclusive, just like the Nest Optimus Prime with trailer. I will probably never see that in my entire life. Here he is next to Battle Trap. And for fun, let's bring another Battle Trap, because why not, right? If I had Mirage, I could recreate the moan scene, because for some reason, Mirage moaned when Cheetor landed on him. Really high pitch, too. Strange thing. And finally, here he is next to Bumblebee, because then you can recreate that shot of Bumblebee driving while Cheetor was running next to him, and it just looks really cool. So, and of course, you can like store the weapons on his back, or you can like bring them things forward and have like some attack cheetah. Not that a cheetah isn't already really dangerous, but yeah. Do I recommend this guy? Honestly, yes. I didn't really want it, but I was like, hey, he's at the store, I have money, and the robot mode looks really cool, and I got it, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Is he the best figure ever? No. But he was just a really fun figure to mess with and pose. And I'm honestly really glad I got him. Like, me not getting him, I definitely would have missed out on a really fun figure. He's just a blast to mess with. Although I do notice he is missing that silver right there. But honestly, I kind of prefer it without that silver, honestly. Definitely do recommend picking him up. He's a really fun figure. And if you want to have all the beasts together, you obviously need to buy him. Debating on whether or not I'll buy Ares. I know she was a big character, but number one, she never transformed, and number two, that figure doesn't look the best paint-wise. But this guy, I think, looks really good. Definitely recommend him. Like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Follow me on Instagram, MoonNetXO. You can get teasers for upcoming reviews. Talk to me there, see my art, all that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Videos kind of run a bit longer than I would have wanted, but you know, haven't made a video in a minute. Also, he has a mouth joint. I almost forgot that. And he has little teeth and a tongue sculpted in there. Not painted, but still. But yeah, video ran a bit long, but again, I haven't made a video in a minute, and I just really wanted to get my thoughts on Rise of the Beast out there. But yeah, really fun figure. That's about it. Hope you have a beautiful day, and don't get attacked by a cheetah. Meow.